watching closely.
What's the secret, Max?
You just gotta find something you love to do and then do it for the rest of your life.
I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me.
Hello, and welcome to The Establishing Shot, a podcast where we do deep dives into directors and their filmographies. I am your host, Eli Price, and we are here on episode 110 of the podcast. I'm excited to have Andrew Fossier back on with me from last week. We talked about Ready Player One last week, had a good time doing that. Talked for a long time. I looked at the timer and I was like, oh wow, we're still going. But it was really good conversation. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah, go back and listen to that. And also go back and listen to that because we talk a lot about motion capture in that. And what we're going to do today in honor of Ready Player One, but also the BFG and Adventures of Tintin, we're going to do a motion capture performances movie draft. So we're going to be basically taking turns drafting the best, in our opinions, motion capture performances. Andrew, good to have you back. Thanks for coming on
Happy
again.
to be here.
Andrew shared last week some movies he's been watching, so you can go listen to that. And you can also go back to the Twilight Zone episode and hear his Spielberg, introduction and all that. And you were on the Christmas movie draft episode, and you were on the Tenet episode, and we've had quite a little handful of episodes together now. So yeah, but today we're doing a movie draft, motion capture performances. I thought right before we kick off the draft, I would pose the question, what makes a motion performance great? Motion capture performance great. Did you have any thoughts on that? Is that something you've even thought about? Because if you haven't, I wouldn't blame you.
No, yeah. Well, I think the thing that I would say is probably just the integration with the story, and like the MoCap happening for the character, and they're representing the character versus it looks cool, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's probably the main thing. And for this draft, the one I thought about the most was trying to make, because every Avengers movie is on here, every Marvel movie is on here, trying to make it where it's like, I think of that as a MoCap movie, like a movie.
Yeah.
Like I can see the actor in the MoCap suit doing MoCap.
Yeah.
It's not just, yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. I was going to say, like, I think one of the things that stands out in motion capture performances are twofold. Like, one is like the physical performance you get. So, you get these digitally rendered characters, but like the physicality of a motion capture performance is so huge because you get a lot of personality of the actor in those in the physicality of the characters.
Yeah.
And you get also like the personality, the realness, the kind of humanness of the character. Even when I'm not going to name anything specific because we're about to be drafting these against each other, but like even say when it's not a human character, you can still get like humanity built into that character because of the physicality of the actor being captured in motion capture. And then the other aspect that I think is big is the facial expressions. One of the things that I've learned covering these three Spielberg movies that have MoCap is that they do a lot of work kind of nailing down their facial expressions, because you kind of have to, it's almost like more stage play esque in the way they have to act with their face than film. Because a lot of times in film, you're getting close ups, you can pick up like, little minor facial expressions that say a lot in film. Whereas like on the stage, everything's big. You have to act big physically. Your facial expressions are like overdone and over the top, because you're on a stage far away from people that have to see you, what you're doing, and get the emotions, across that divide. And it's a little similar with motion capture performances. You have to overexpress a little more than you normally would if you were just, your face was being filmed, so that it comes, so that emotion that you're trying to express comes through in the digital character. So those were the two things I was thinking about when I was thinking, what does it take to make a good motion capture performance?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna jump into this thing. I did some research earlier when we had hopped on, and Andrew has had 2 times picking first in drafts we did against each other. And so I'm taking the liberty to take first pick in this one. So yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it and take the obvious first pick. Andy Serkis as Gollum. And I guess I'll take him in the Two Towers. It doesn't really matter. He's great in all of them. I think he has the most screen time in the Two Towers. So I'll go with that one. Right. Yeah. And the Two Towers has a lot of like the two sides kind of talking back and forth to each other thing going on, which is fun to watch Andy Serkis do.
Yeah.
But yeah, obvious choice. He should have got an Oscar for this performance, honestly. Yeah. And Serkis is the king of motion capture. So the motion capture ambassador, maybe. So, he should be picked first in this draft.
Well, I'm also going Andy for my first pick.
Great.
So, I had a hard time deciding. If I'm being honest, I can't tell you why I'm picking this one. I like it the most, I think, is why. Mm-hmm. More so than the most recent. But I'm going to go with War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay. Great. So, yeah. So, okay. So you're going specifically his performance in that one.
Yes.
Do you want to expound on why that, or are you saying like you're not even sure exactly why?
No, yeah, that's where I got a little muddy on this. Is like I like that movie more than the other ones.
That's fair. Yeah.
But that is very much a film. My justification for like saying, "Oh, it's the MoCap one," is that's the thing I think about there is like I can see him doing it. If that makes sense. Like I know it's Caesar, right. But
wait, you're taking him in which one?
Sorry, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Is that
for some reason when I was typing it, I started typing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I was like, that's not right. He's not in that one.
No, yes. War. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was
I enjoyed it.
I don't have to get into it.
But
it was okay. Yeah. It wasn't War.
No. No, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed War for the Planet of the Apes. Dawn is really good, and Rise was really good too. Obviously, he's Caesar in all 3 of those, so you could have really, once you take him in one, you've taken him in all of them. But we have to pick one, so yeah, he's phenomenal. It's phenomenal, honestly, and I'm glad you did that because Serkis deserves to be the first 2 picks. Let's be honest, he deserves it. Okay. And I'll have like more Serkis on my list. I'm not sure if I'll take any more, but he's got quite a few. But yeah, my second pick. I'm gonna go with Zoe Saldana as Neytiri in Avatar. I think she's
Good pick.
I think she's the best part of that movie. She's the only interesting character, really. That's not like a flat character, you know. Yeah, she's really great in it. Really interesting, and it's a great performance. There's a lot of powerful emotion expressed in that character, I think.
Hi. Quick reminder that you, yes, you, can be a huge help to the production of this show. If you visit establishingshotpod.com/donate, you'll find out how to join the Establishing Shot family through some giving tiers starting as low as $5 a month. You heard that right, only $5 a month. And not only will you be helping me keep the show going, but you'll also get some perks yourself, like early and ad-free episodes, bonus episodes, access to a Discord server where we can chat it up about the show and movies in general, and more. Might even let you choose a movie for me to review for the show. Check out that link in the show notes to learn more. Back to the show.
Yeah. So for my second pick, this is explicitly for the MoCap performance because I didn't personally love this representation of the media, but
That's fair.
I'm gonna go with The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug for Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Because that maybe should have been my first. I don't know. I wanted Andy first because I like that.
Yeah.
I know he's a strong pick, and I like that movie. But this is probably after like Andy, Gollum, Caesar, Benedict Cumberbatch on the ground as Smaug is kind of the quintessential MoCap, picture for me. Is that he's playing the character, and it kind of looks goofy, but it's amazing.
Yeah,
and
it's fun. Yeah. It's fun, and it's like it's weird, but like works. Yeah. Great pick. That one wasn't high on my list, but I think it's a worthy pick. Okay. This is where it gets tough. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick this as a nostalgia pick. You already picked Caesar. Caesar would have been my next pick after Gollum and Neytiri, I think. So that's off the board. Right now, I have this as my fourth one. It's kind of a nostalgia pick. It's been I don't know that I've seen this movie since maybe I was in high school. But I remember going to see it with my dad in the theaters, and it was a big deal because it was like a PG-13 movie, and I was like around 13 at the time, and my dad was kind of strict about that, and so he was taking me to see it, and so it was kind of like a sweet memory I have of going to see this with my dad, like one of the first PG-13 movies he took me to see in theaters when he felt like I was old enough. But yeah, I'm gonna take Alan Tudyk as the robot Sonny in iRobot. Was this on your radar?
It actually was not, but that is a great pick. I haven't seen it, but I feel like I've seen stuff about it being MoCap. So it wasn't on my radar because I haven't picked it, but I've definitely seen. I really like. I don't know if you're familiar with the channel Corridor Digital, but they do like behind the scenes stuff about VFX and MoCap and stunt stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure that's where I saw something about it.
Yeah, and I mean this is Will Smith heyday still, I think, in 2004, and I don't know if the movie's actually good or not because I haven't seen it since I was in high school. But I loved it then, and I would imagine I would still enjoy it now. And I did watch a clip of his performance earlier to kind of refresh. And yeah, it's a really good motion capture. There's a lot of kind of nuance in the emotions of this like AI character, a robot character. So yeah, I think it's a really good motion capture performance is what I'm drafting anyway, despite if the film is good or not.
Well, I had this one like highlighted and ready to go before you went. I'm also going robots for this third pick.
Ooh.
Real Steel.
Okay, haven't seen it.
It's okay. I don't know. I like it because it's robots and it's Hugh Jackman and it's just, I don't know. It's fun. It's
Okay.
not amazing, but it's pretty fun. It's a boxing movie with robots. And the cool thing, I looked into, I saw it on the list, and I honestly just filtered movies I'd seen and was looking through like, what would be good picks. And I looked into it, and they used, I didn't even realize that this is so cool that they used like animatronic, like hydraulic stuff for up close, some of the up close shots.
Oh, cool.
And then like the full body stuff that happened in the boxing ring was largely, there was MoCap done for that.
Yeah.
So it was entirely digital.
So is it a particular character or?
Well, it's robot boxing. So it's really the two boxing, they call it boxing, but it's kind of UFC style. It's not really, I don't actually know that they call it boxing. I think they say robot boxing, but it's more like just death match.
Yeah. So is it Hugh Jackman's character controlling the robot?
Yes. Well, that's one of the things. I don't want to spoil anything, but they have like.
I'm probably not going to watch it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one of the things that they do like voice command stuff a lot of times, or they have a remote control. But then there's like this thing that he has, the specific character that they have has this shadow feature that he can like follow another robot's fighting style, and all his other stuff breaks. And so then at some point, Hugh Jackman's like punching on the side of the ring, and the robot's punching, following him. Okay. So yeah, he has control.
So who does the motion capture for the robots?
I don't think it's Hugh Jackman. I think it's like fighters doing the motion capture stuff.
So I'm just gonna put boxing robots in Real Steel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. I don't mean to say I'll never watch it.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, that's not even really a spoiler.
It's not high on
just
my list. That's not. I'm not watching it anytime soon. But who knows what'll happen in the future?
I am very spoiler sensitive. I try to be spoiler sensitive.
No,
but it's also
that's fair.
Incredibly heavily foreshadowed, so it's not really.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do... Okay, so I have 3. I get 2 more picks. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take... I'm going to do another Planet of the Apes one. I'm going to take Toby Kebbell as Koba in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Do you remember this character? Koba? He's kind of like the leader of the kind of rogue apes.
Yeah. I think so.
He's super good. I watched a clip to refresh earlier because it's been a while since I've seen it, and I'm like, this is freaking awesome. Like the kind of like slow. He kind of like has a. He's not as like well developed in his speech as Caesar, so he kind of like speaks really slow and like deep and heavy, like heavy breathing, and he's like a very like scarred up ape. So he kind of like. He wears a lot of like anger and sadness in his expressions, which obviously Toby Kebbell has to do in his performance. It's really good. It's a really, really good performance, motion capture wise. So yeah, I'm going with Toby Kebbell as Koba in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay. For my 4th pick, I went with the Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Davy Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Is
That's
that
also
the first? So he's in more than one, right?
yes. So I'm
Davy Jones. Okay.
no, he's
Not in Dead Man's Chest, is he? Is that the first one?
wait, did I get the name wrong? Okay.
It's at World's End that he shows up, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Davy Jones was at World's End.
Yeah. Right.
Bill
Nye.
I typed it out and I was like, wait, no. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I had it on my
Davy
list.
Jones
and
specifically.
when you said it, I was like, I don't know if that's the right one.
Whoops. It's been a bit since I've seen those, but
No, it's a good one. Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
MoCap performance for sure.
Hello again. Do you know how you can really support the show for free in just a few minutes or less? That's right. Just leave a rating and review on Spotify and Apple, or wherever you listen that might allow for ratings and reviews. These really help the visibility of the podcast. In fact, just hit that pause button right now and drop the review right now. And then you can get back to the show. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay. I trust that you went and left that rating and review now. Back to the show.
Okay, this is my last pick. There's several directions I could go. I don't think I'm gonna end up picking a Spielberg MoCap performance, which is kind of sad because this is coming off of some Spielberg films with MoCap. I don't know. How many do you have left on your list? Do you have?
I got 3 left. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna take the one that I think is probably like the more significant. I don't know if I necessarily like. No, it probably is. It's the more iconic one. It's the more important one pop culturally. I'm going to take Josh Brolin as Thanos, and I guess I'll go with Infinity War.
Good pick.
I mean, yeah, I felt like it needed to be picked. I wasn't sure if you were going to pick it or not on your next one, and I was like, this needs to be on the list. Because yeah, it's huge. I mean, that's Thanos in those movies is huge. Like it's a really big deal. Like it's a good motion capture performance. You know, Brolin does, I think, a good job. You know, kind of having those masked emotions, because Thanos has emotions, but he kind of masks them. You know, behind a hard demeanor, and yeah, I think he's great as Thanos, and yeah, it's an important character. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's a really good pick. It's on my list as kind of backup if my other ones, because that sounds bad. I like the performance. I just figured it was going to get taken.
Yeah.
So I'm a little unclear how. I'm trying to be honorable about is it MoCap or not.
Well, we can. I don't have any more picks, so we can talk about it together.
Yeah. Well, what I'm looking at right now is saying, so I'll tell you what I did. I picked Iron Man.
Okay.
2008. But looking into it a little more heavily, it's on the list. It's on the list of
the Wikipedia list.
Wikipedia.
That list is questionable. I already mentioned the Paddington thing.
Paddington. So I think what I am going to do is say, oh wait, no, you said Infinity War, but I'll just say I know the later stuff when he has nanotech is almost entirely mocap,
Okay.
as opposed to the early stuff, which is practical and digital compositing. So I think I'll say Endgame, even though what I'm really thinking of is his performance in Infinity War when he's fighting Thanos. But
You can do this is a little
if it's
bit
different.
a different format of a draft since we're taking the performances. So if you want to
I don't know. That doesn't feel spirit of the rules to me.
okay.
So I'll take.
Do what you want to do. I was gonna give it a pass because it's a different it's a different performance, and we're drafting the performances. But yeah,
I'll. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know that he has.
I didn't look
in
into
Endgame.
how mocap those things are, so I can't really veto it or anything because I'm not sure. It wasn't on my list at all.
He doesn't spend very much time. No, I mean, oh my gosh, I guess he probably does the snap in mocap. So I'll take in game. I'll take in game.
Okay.
I just looked up the snap scene and it looks like it is. Wait.
So he was
For the
in
suit.
he was in practical suits sometimes, and then mocap suits when he wasn't like able to do a practical suit. Yeah, I think it's a good pick. You know, I had seen Iron Man on the list, but I didn't really look into how much mocap he was doing. But it seems like, and you know, whenever he's, you know, it's kind of like he's doing practical suits sometimes, and then sometimes it's like fully digital when he's doing like real crazy flips and stuff. But then the rest of it, when he's not able to do practical, is mocap. So you know, it definitely counts, and definitely a good character to choose for this draft.
Ones that surprised me were seeing on the list were A Quiet Place.
Yeah, I don't know if
That
they did the
surprised me.
monsters mocap or what, but
Another one was that the BB-8 is also like apparently mocapped. I don't.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I had, you know, I had picked Alan Tudyk in iRobot, but Alan Tudyk also does mocap for Rogue One for the K2SO.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So that's Alan Tudyk also in mocap, which that makes sense. He's a kind of a humanoid droid. I'm not sure how you do mocap for BB-8, but he's rolling around, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I wasn't gonna
also
pick
surprised me.
K2SO, but I did have it down the list pretty far. So you know, I should mention, you know, there's obviously the kind of like, I guess, our big honorable mentions that we didn't end up taking. I didn't take the Spielberg films off the board, but we didn't take them anyways. So those are our like big honorable mentions. So you have, for me, I would pick Andy Serkis as Captain Haddock in Tintin as the best one from Tintin, and then Mark Rylance as the BFG, obviously, and the BFG is a really good. That's the other one I was thinking about taking instead of Thanos, because it is a really good performance. But I didn't go with that. I went with Thanos, so we'll make it a big honorable mention. But I did have others too. Jason Cope as Christopher Johnson and all the other aliens in District 9. Those are good mocap performances. The Zemeckis A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey as Scrooge. That's a fun one. Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Pretty good. You could pick, I guess you could go with Avengers or whatever movie he's in. And then, yeah, Andy Serkis also does, these are some that you wouldn't typically think of, but he does Kong and the James Cameron King Kong. He does motion capture for that character. And that's what I was that's one of the things I was thinking of when I was thinking of even beyond like the talking Caesar ape, like he brings kind of a humanity to Kong that makes him more, humanistic, kind of relatable in a way. He also does Godzilla in the Gareth Edwards Godzilla reboot, which is fun, I guess. But yeah, those are some of the other ones I had kind of as honorable mentions. Did you have any other ones on your list that you wanted to shout out, or did I already say them?
No, I had some noted that like I would listed as like emergency picks, but I was like questionable. But movies that I liked, Annihilation.
Yeah, it's a MoCap performance for I don't want to spoil it, but the humanoid thing at the end.
Wait, really? Because I was seeing
performance.
conflicting things about if that was or not.
Oh, really? When I looked it up, that's what I saw was there was an actress that did a MoCap performance for that before it changes, obviously, without spoiling it.
No, I know, that's good. That's descriptive enough. I might have picked it if I'd have, because see, the thing to me was what I looked up and saw was that it was MoCap for like one of the creatures. And then...
Oh, yeah. I don't see anything about that.
But yeah, when I saw it on the list, I thought, oh, that thing at the end must be MoCap. That was what I,
Yeah, that is what I saw. That it wasn't Natalie Portman doing the MoCap. It was another MoCap performer doing that.
That's cool. Yeah, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, that was a good performance. I really enjoy that film.
I didn't put it on my list because it's so brief and there's not a ton to it. So
yeah,
but yeah, but it is eligible.
And
I do love that movie and love that part of the movie. So not anti it as a pick.
Yeah. That was the only I was at the end of my list, so that was pretty much all. Honorable mention or dishonorable mention. How do we want to say that? Cats. Has Cats been ragged on enough?
Oh, I didn't mention my dishonorable mention would be the Polar Express. Tom Hanks as all those characters. Not against Tom Hanks, but that movie just freaks me out. The uncanny valley of it all is not good.
That is the uncanny valley. That's like the example I would give someone if they didn't know what it was.
So, love Tom Hanks, but I do not like the way that movie looks.
Which is I enjoy the feeling of the book and the train and the distance and the snow, but that movie was creepy. But yeah, that's a good dishonorable mention.
I think that's the first time we've had dishonorable mentions. So this should be a new thing with movie drafts. I'm gonna bring this back in the future. Dishonorable mentions.
That might be the one that wins. That might be the swing opinion. Or do you mean you're gonna include it in the? Yeah.
Well, no, not for voting, but I might pop the dishonorable mentions up on the up on the Instagram story.
Yeah.
But I meant more like when I record with people in the future, I'm going to ask them if they have dishonorable mentions.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Wait, what was your one again?
Cats.
Oh, Cats. I didn't know that was MoCap.
Yeah, it was MoCap, and then I just remember those roaches. That was what.
I never saw that, so
it's nightmare fuel, man. Don't.
Man, that's awful. Well, that was a fun draft. I'm gonna read back the final results, and yeah, then we'll be done. So Andrew ended up with Andy Serkis as Caesar in War for the Planet of the Apes. Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug in The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. The boxing robots in Real Steel. Bill Nighy as Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. And Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man in Avengers Endgame. Great list. I ended up with Andy Serkis as Gollum in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Zoe Saldana as Neytiri in Avatar. Alan Tudyk as Sonny in iRobot. Toby Kebbell as Koba in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And Josh Brolin as Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, that's our list. We had some honorable and dishonorable mentions. And yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one. I think we both have some crowd favorites that could sway some votes, so it'll be interesting to see how the poll turns out. But yeah, that's all I've got. I think we're done. We're gonna pick back up with Spielberg
Good
next
list.
week with West Side Story, so be on the lookout for that. That'll be a fun episode. And yeah, that's it. I've been Eli Price for Andrew Fossier. You've been listening to The Establishing Shot. We'll see you next time.
We were happy here. For a little while.
But look, I figure it this way. Better to be king for a night than schmuck for a lifetime.